There we go. Bingo.
Okay.
Love it. Alright, so your device works a little bit different. You have more operations than everybody else. So when your bottom row gets full, looks like it's already starting to incorporate the other layers. You don't want that. So if you put it up to the kick, it shifts back around.
I watch where I'm going.
So anytime it gets full, it gets full.
Look at your stick person dancing with.
Oh, I just put one down there.
Is it because of the volume?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if
Vete allá and ask him.
I will. I'm gonna let him talk to me first. I'm hearing to the good goat names. I had a question. I saw somebody's raisin over here.
What do you mean raisin?
Like raisin.
Oh, yeah.
4.9. I went up.
Okay.
I don't know how it's used. I'm so confused. I want to make 6.6.
So with your bright light
I got.
and again, you're going to have all the film from everybody else too, so I don't know how productive you're going to be using a spirit box and trying to film at the same time. I know you really
Yeah.
use your camera.
I got 47.9.
Nice.
What does it go up to?
200.
Oh, wow.
I don't care who you heard. What was Nikki singing? There you go. That's what I care about.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, so with yours, it's basically listening to the radio stations the same way. That's what these little numbers are here. So it's going through all the radio stations, and if it finds a word that it recognizes, it turns it on the screen and then saves it to us. So that's all properly? I didn't know your name. I couldn't program it, so you know.
Oh, I know. Before that, it had field, and it had obviously sound, so it was recording.
So far, I've heard lost
So the stones piece is interesting only because we had that guy that walked by us who was probably stoned. So it's vague. I don't like it because it feels like I'm stretching it. But your name, I can't stretch that. You see where I'm going? So when I ask you for the last couple of terms, that's how you're going to get it. So both your buttons are on the right hand side. So you know, when the weights roll, you go back to it. Nope. You got people walking to their cars, you want to definitely lower that thing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
So far, I've heard lost, never be, you, and something else that I couldn't think of.
Oh. Watch out, baby. They're coming out. Vente para acá.
What's the song I know? Sorry. I thought it was
Well, that one was almost like a little camera. Everybody watch the truck. That's the only exit, remember? I encourage you guys to intermingle your devices. So if you guys want to set up spirit boxes and have a family works or whatever else you guys have, just keep it with your camera. Anything else about that? Okay, your baseline is going to be a 25.
so anything over 25.
Anything over 25.
I don't hear anything. I heard a lot of words. I heard like highway. I just heard iHeartRadio. I just heard Taylor Swift. I've been hearing Cardi B and Megan.
Yeah, you should only have like one decimal point.
Wait, I just heard I cry a lot, but I am so productive. I figured out a way. I heard I think I'm lying.
What happened today? Like we're getting the numbers of the exact
Is anybody here?
You cheated. You've heard this story
No,
before.
but I didn't remember that though.
By the way, I'm being volunteer. Like the family brought their kids and the kids brought friends. So I didn't know who the hell was going. So it was kind of like I gotta ask. Let's see. Go ahead. Hang on 1 second. Let's get a nice brighter picture. Only because it's much easier to see when we get something.
Okay.
So if it goes like you accidentally hit it the other way, just stop your video and swipe the screen, and it'll go to whatever.
Now, quick question.
Yeah.
What color will it be that I...
So you're looking at like the purple stick figures. The
Mm-hmm.
hope here is that if I'm standing in the frame and I'm the only purple stick figure, and another one shows up and there's no other person
Got it.
here, it's almost like an Instagram filter. You know, like the kids put those stupid like dog faces on their face. You know what I mean? Because there's a filter.
Yeah.
on them. It's the same principle. Because it's gonna pick up on things that.
Will it pick up on lights?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because it's flickering all over where that...
Yep.
above those
So
cars.
remember, anything that's in front of something else, so trees are never your friend because all leaves are in front of another leaf.
Okay.
So it's going to always look like a hangman in the tree, and it's not there. It's the leaves.
Got it.
So, but again, your camera is a lot of debunking, so I don't always bring this one out either. A lot of times I'll leave this one at the office if I have like a team of 7 or 8, just because it's a lot of debunking. It's not always the solid proof that people look for, because if in the event that Matt finds something on his camera and you guys are pointing it in the same direction, I can use that as a different angle of see what he caught to see how your camera reacts.
Got it.
It's a lot of like different angle type of stuff when I do find something. Matt, you having fun with that thing? Yeah. It's a blast. I always give that to the dudes in the group because it is such high tech and we all love it. I use that thing for like things around the house too. Just like when your tire broke like 4 times, I had to find the leak.
Right.
That's what
I
we
heard
do.
evil.
Yeah.
You can see it blowing right out of where it's not supposed to be.
I heard I said highway. I think of lying evil. No.
I'm excited about your 47, just so you know. This is me excited. Like, I'm stoked about that.
I've been
47.
trying to walk around. I'm trying to get higher. That's my
I'm
goal.
trying to get Kiki's to go do anything. She hasn't seen anything yet. What have we heard?
I'm not getting much.
Okay.
I've heard no highway. I think I'm lying evil. I mean, I asked what year was it, and it went like blank for 5 seconds, which doesn't happen. It's just constantly like blank stuff.
Kenzie, you got anything else?
Word fast, and then I heard like a old woman laugh.
What was the first thing you heard?
Fast. Just word fast. And then in between it was like a song.
I'm trying to see if that ties in. They don't really have. Car was called backwards on the so yeah. Fast car lost. For how you guys can get around. I like it, but I don't. Let's see. So Capri, you got anything else?
You know what my name is, and it said nothing can be done. That's the first time I heard.
19. There we go. Everybody watch the vehicle.
And watch your step.
Don't give up. What's the beginning letter of your name? Ariana? Ariana Grande, are you here? I heard gonna die. Like gonna die? Yeah, like, or something died. Bro, I just heard, "Rah!" What's the beginning letter of your name?
These are the stars of the show.
Beginning letter of your name. Come on. Power. Energy from my camera. What's the beginning letter of your name?
If he's gonna do the escape room, we gotta book another spot.
EMF readers, do you have anything? I'd say it's time to call it
Stop.
You can keep going.
At the bar getting sushi. Take it back. Move it. My battery just went up because I turned it off.
I was thinking, I heard, who is this? Anchovies.
Oh, there's a BRB.
But I'm not sure. I know.
Did you guys switch?
Yeah, I switched.
I heard keep it down.
Let these folks come through.
I just did the Justin Preston song. Dun dun. That was crazy.
Word list. Who's got the word list now?
Kathy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Where are we at with the word list?
They've got a 5. Doorway, Skylar, do run.
Do you like my press-on nails? Yes. These things
5
work
just
so good.
popped
They're
up.
just press-ons. And I was in the lake for like 2 weeks.
Doorway was here. Felt the whole way.
Okay.
Oh.
Pick it up, Pamela.
Time for the batteries everywhere.
Okay, it's just
Girl.
thank God.
Y'all need a flashlight?
My sincere apologies.
It's okay. I'm going to put it back in. Why don't you hand that over and grab those batteries since I can't bend all the way down.
Ugh, here you go.
So make sure we get them in the right way.
You need some light? I was trying to take notes. And it fell. I just heard chapters.
That's good too, actually. All right, so EMF meters. Anything crazy while we've been in here so far?
It's so
That,
hot out.
Kathy?
8 or above is what we're looking for.
No, you got a 1.
It's like the latch.
I can hardly. So that's a, is that a 1.3 or are we doing the number on the bottom,
What
Janet?
does yours sound like?
So because this is like just barely on there, you may have to hold it back to back. So
It's hot.
nice.
And maybe just do that light.
It's not. The light only goes to 7.
Wait, that's crazy. This alleyway is right next to a church.
All right. So thank you for putting that back on mute. I appreciate it. Where's you still got the Ouija board? Anything crazy going on?
I got Elm. Anyways, I'm not gonna and BRB.
Nobody's saying BRB for the 17th. We gotta get Janet back.
Oh, I'm trying to give me a high number.
She's fishing.
Pretty high.
Yeah.
Probably. That's your side. There you go. All right. So here's what goes on here. Every ghost tour comes down here. Oh, front fan. We all need one. Did you bring one for all of us?
I got 3.
I forgot to share them, everybody. Sorry, I didn't mean to just give you
I
a
heard
share
if
away,
you know what I mean.
So here's what goes on. This is Philadelphia Alley. It used to be called Jeweler's Alley. Every ghost tour comes down here. It is a staple. I tried to take this out of my route so I can add something new, but I found that this guy actually follows me around because we will be near a place of raised emotion for him from here moving forward. So here's what happens. It used to be called Jeweler's Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. Because dueling was illegal, they had to find hiding spots. So this just happened to be one of those hiding spots. Here's the story we all tell. Ouija board Capri, just so you know, you're looking for the letters R-I in that order. Do not give me an I-R. Here's why. The doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. There's your R-I, the first one at least. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. In the event that the song Brown Eyed Girl shows up on one of our spirit boxes while we're here, it's not coincidence. We get it all the time. It's part of his name. Moving forward, Doc moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancee, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a lot of money from her dead parents. So she has an attorney helping her out with all of the cash flow. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after her money. So he tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. So on his way down here, because he's trying to prove he's not after her money, he's going to start his medical practice here. He had a coachman that brought him into town. Well, that coachman basically set him up to be robbed and killed. So it's like having a really bad Uber driver in today's world. So somebody was walking by and seeing what was about to happen to the newcomer. The person walking by was named Ralph Isaacs. Initials sound familiar? R.I. That's the reason why we had that device, because I was getting R.I. on regular spirit boxes, so I thought that's to validate it. And I've been able to do that about 7 or 8 times. Moving on. Ralph tells the doctor, dude, I know this guy, the coachman. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me to 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from these friends of mine. You'll be safe. Well, Doc took him up on the offer, and the two gents became friends. Long stays here, more money he's making, he's doing well. Amanda gets wind of this. She's moving down so they can be married. Dr. Ladd then became known as the Whistling Doctor. This is why I hate the story. Every haunted city you will ever visit will have a cliched whistling ghost. We all have one. This one just happens to be a doctor. So I don't know which way this group is going to be going, but we will split the C so that way they can pass through.
I don't know if it was the second about, but I felt like something standing right there, and then I heard 4:30 in my.
You guys get any ratings?
I didn't.
I heard slow.
That's fine. I remember that. Yeah.
4:30 is just a number. Numbers always.
I don't know if that's maybe like a building number or.
Don't get caught up behind you. Kind of hang on to this stuff, like until we can try to get out of here, just because it is so hot. We're all sweating to death, so I'm gonna breathe right through this one.
I heard cry because tonight.
I heard we answer everybody.
Okay, hang on to that stuff. So, moving forward. The whistling ghost, every ghost will tell their guests to listen for those whistles. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. So why are we in Jeweler's Alley telling you about this doctor who's going to be married? Big deal, right? So, how you doing, guys? Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. So, they go see Richard III one night, and they're walking on their way home, and they're arguing over the actress that they just saw. Dr. Ladd thought she was fantastic, and Ralph did not. So the argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiance, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It got really ugly between the two of them, and they went their separate ways. But Ralph went to his friends at the newspaper and placed an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor.
Oh.
Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society kind of stuff. Doc saw the ad, rebutted with, let's go to Jeweler's Alley. Somebody's going to die. So, keep in mind, this whole argument started over an actress. So they came down here back to back. They took their 10 paces away from each other, not 5. I know you had the number 5, but it was 10 paces back then. They turned, and Doc shot his one bullet into the air. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just needed the courage to show up. But Ralph has his one bullet still, and he puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. Doc didn't die. He fell to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street. He died 10 days later, November 2nd of 1786, after refusing medical treatment. Two things about that last statement. First thing is, it's 1786. Gunshot wounds are a lot different back then than what we know of them now. Secondly, he is a doctor. He probably just thought he, had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself, but he failed because he died. Now, all those tours that come through here will tell their guests to listen for those whistles. We have 3 cameras running plus my voice recorder. If we're going to find a disembodied whistle through here, it's going to be captured on one of those 4 devices. However, the spirit box that Anslin's using is recording. I can't tell you how many times in my spot check I found the whistling part of a song and then the word doctor from a commercial immediately after. Doctor comes up all the time. I don't look for it. When I'm looking and spot checking your guys' media, I listen a minute or watch minute 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. You guys see the pattern. I'm not looking for anything. Whatever happens within that 1 minute time frame is what I put in your notes. That's how this goes. Now, let's talk about how I got booted out of here. Because I can't take you all the way through, because if you're going to try to walk all the way through without me and listen for those whistles, just remember every local knows the story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street, we're all going to throw a whistle down this alley. It's just something we do here. But I can't take you all the way through. Here's why. The alley used to be called Cow Alley before it was Dueler's Alley. The reason why I'm telling you that is because there was a wall up there, halfway between where we're standing and Cumberland Street, which means it started down there and they built it slowly coming towards us. Those bricks are older than the ones we're standing on. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child down there and fingerprint swipes in others.
We're all going down this haunted alley. Well, you all better be careful because we just saw something run across. So,
Thank you for the warning.
No, seriously, my mom just saw something.
Okay.
Probably a squirrel. Remy. We're in his space. And if you guys don't know who Remy is, exactly. So watch Ratatouille. So that's what I named him because again.
We saw a rat.
So did you get kicked out? Is that why you can't go through?
They didn't let me finish.
Okay.
I used to take my groups all the way through to go look at that handprint for a history lesson because there's nothing paranormal about it. That kid's not there. You already know how I feel about cemeteries. That's the last place you're going to find that kid. So I took my group down there November 26th of 2020, and they all stopped and huddled around the damn brick, waiting for something to happen with the gear I handed them. Nothing's happening, and I'm trying to shoo them along because we're also outside the dining room window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. We were out of bounds, and I didn't realize it. I was still new at this. Did your battery die?
Yeah.
I figured as much. So I'll take it and swap the battery while I finish this up. So the new owner of that mansion, he came out screaming. My daughter, who was on the tour that night, thought it was absolutely hysterical that her father was getting screamed at, and she was all about it. So the next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving because I used to work in upper management for Walmart, and you all fight over towels on, Thanksgiving. I don't do holidays anymore. I've been scarred for life. So the next day was the 28th. I called my partner that I had at the time, and I told him what happened. He laughed at me, just like my daughter did, and he said, dude, you're only allowed to go down halfway. Otherwise, it's considered residential past that. So I had to reroute my group. I would normally tell you a pirate story at the next spot, but I've been kicked out of there too. That's a long story. But at the same time, I told my team I don't believe in the whole pirate thing that we're about to go investigate. I'm into vampires, but before we left, somebody with a spirit box heard the name Anne, and I didn't tell them which pirate we were going to be investigating. Well, at the time, it would have been Anne Bonny. So I was kind of like very excited that we had the name Anne. We get around the corner, I told them what I did know about piracy, and somebody else with a spirit box heard the number 300. Don't know what that one means. I wrote it down. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. There's a problem for me because I'm not into pirates. And the reason why is because I do have a master's degree in creative writing. So all of my other degrees are in writing as well. When I research anything, especially paranormal, it needs to be factual. Pirate stories were written 100 years after the events. That's a problem. That means I have to validate by reading a lot more books on a subject that I don't really care about. Well, guess what? I'm a pirate fanatic now, and I've watched more movies and documentaries, read more books on pirates than I ever wanted to, but we're not going to be discussing pirates next, so why am I telling you all of this? What we are going to be doing is with Brooke's camera, we're going to go up and we're going to hopefully find this apparition. All three cameras rather, are going to be up near this gate. I'm going to tell you the story while I swap out her light once we get up there and tell you why we go to that particular location. And then we're going to get about 5 to 7 minutes worth of footage while everybody pays attention to their devices, including spirit boxes, Ouija boards, and all of the like that we already have out here. So we've already gotten one phrase that said, baby, don't hurt me. That's kind of a little clue already to what we're about to be talking about. So you guys will see that once we get up and around the corner. So we're going to exit the space because you guys all have glistening faces, and I know it's hot as hell down here, so we're going to go up and around the corner. But did anybody hear or see anything with their devices I need to know about before we leave the space?
I mean, I kind of.
Like, that's a lot. I like it. Yeah, I know, right? And then it says Britney Spears right after. But the picture, I am going to show it to you, but we're going to go up there and all the cameras are going to get, like I said, about 5 to 7 minutes worth of footage. All spirit boxes will be listening, including yours, Kenzie. Looks like you got yours back. Who did you hand it off to before? Who had it? Gotcha. So the only thing I ask is if do not touch the tablet when I come down your way. Females that are handling the photograph are said to get the same symptoms we talked about at the beginning: the headache, the nausea, the dizziness. Pregnant females are said to not have a good pregnancy based off the gist of the story of it being a stillborn child. So I don't want a honeymoon couple, whenever I have them, to touch the tablet by accident and then 9 months later I curse their family. You guys see why I don't like this story. I take this very seriously. So with that, let's kind of go through the picture, and then we're going to go up there and get some footage, and I'll explain our last location, because you guys are going to be a little surprised at how we're going to handle that one. All right, 2 by 2. Start down here. Here's the full picture that took. The apparition right here, looking at a woman praying over her own grave, baby basket right next to her. I want you to also remember what I told you about baby George back at the Picking Engine site. We don't know which child is. We tried to find the records. They were destroyed by fire. So again, that was the full picture. I mean, you can see where like that just looks weird, but full picture, ladies. And then when you zoom in, you have a woman praying at her grave with the baby basket right next to her. A lot of people miss that baby basket. But if you guys go on another tour, you're going to hear the story again, but they're going to hand you a tablet and pass it around. Don't take the damn tablet. So again, the damn thing is cursed. So apparition here, looking at her back.
myself up, but I feel like really happy.
It's possible. We'll see what happens when you get up there.
I also like while you were showing it and talking about the story, I heard woman.
Woman? Yeah. I mean, if you guys take any other tour out here, they're going to say
She also heard baby test in 85. Are you old?
85.
I heard baby test, are you old, and then 85.
Alright, let's go up. Yeah, it's like really rowdy out here tonight. Alright, let's go get some footage. Let's do it. All 3 cameras, everybody else is good.
I heard, like, are you money or grown up?
Do you want your water? I'm okay. Therapy. Therapy. Pumped up.
You are beautiful twice.
Need some? Huh? You need some therapy? I could
hit those record buttons, I'm going to show you where the grave is actually at. So Norma, let's get you up here. Hit that start button.
I have mine if you want.
All right. Brooke, where are you at? Down there? Your camera is the only one that can see the sign, so you might want to get some footage of the sign, which is right in front of Norma.
Do you want me to turn my flash on this? Or?
I would turn it off if you're going to take pictures in there, so that way they come up nice and crisp. All right, so the grave, for the 3 cameras that are trying to videotape this, do you guys see the cross headstone way in the back?
Yes.
Okay, so right to the left of that and one more row back is where that picture was taken that I've already shown you. Brooke, your camera actually has a zoom on it.
Okay,
So it is at the very top. It goes horizontally.
okay.
So if you want to zoom in on it, you can. There you go. You got it. Perfect. Where's the... Yeah, unmute that thing. Let's do it.
I heard no time and hope. I made this. No, I didn't.
Oh, all you did was turn it back.
I think it's like myself up, but I actually feel like it's really heavy. I don't know if that's just me, like
We've had 9s and 12s here at EMF Raiders, just so you guys know, and it's been very sporadic. You should be at 0s, but those 9s and 12s were caught in this area, and they were like weeks apart. So if you get anything, just let me know. And I want to say we had an 8.8 here like 2 nights ago. So interesting. Yeah, Norma, with yours, there's a lot of layers in there, so it's going to be picking up on a lot of stuff.
I know.
So I do a lot of screenshots of your video while we're here.
here I am.
Usually something in front of that tree.
They start waving at you. That's when
Okay.
I'll accept it as a blessing. Like when we've caught something in that, we ask for interaction. If you're Sue,
Can you
wave your
wave?
right hand. Like that's the kind of stuff we do. But you do have a lot of like a weird activity going there on the right. But it is in the exact same shape of that tree or shadow that you got. So I would probably discount that pretty quickly with a
I
screenshot.
know run, I think it was. I heard I know. And then I heard Doomsday Government. Oh, and then I heard the best connecting car.
I heard I feel cold last night.
I heard best person. I don't know.
What do you guys see what I'm going to do to you guys next? So Kenzie, did you do the Estes last time? What? Did you do the blindfold thing last time? Yeah. Okay.
She was good at it.
I just heard like a really deep voice, and it said here.
Okay.
Thank you really loud.
And I am
What?
Richard.
I did not like that. It was like it sounded like a.
You said I am Richard.
Like a like.
Yeah, it was like.
Ronald, I am
I did
Ronald.
not like it, but I
I'm
had
gonna write it down. Breathing. Basically.
Yeah. I don't know. Or the bell.
I heard we are young. I think.
I keep seeing it right there in the
Okay,
same
that's dead
spot.
Silent. It was dead silent for like 5 seconds, which does not happen with this thing. We saw a rat before that. I saw a rat when we walked in. You know a rat? I saw a rat right before we started the thing.
Now, the whole point of why I have all 3 cameras like pointing in the same direction is because if she finds something on my camera, I want to see how those 2
I
react.
feel like it's
Because
kind
they all see something different that we can't.
Right.
I'm gonna turn this off now. No,
I heard abduction.
No numbers at all. Those are words.
I've got who?
I heard basic.
Flower. Hours.
How does that thing get words?
It's listening to
I
the
heard
radio the
basic.
same way the girls are, but if it recognizes it, it just puts it up on the screen.
Got it.
It has a dictionary, so if it recognizes something
Going
from the
dead
91
silent for a
dictionary,
couple seconds.
it actually just says, here you go, I heard
It's
the
like
word
when they
flower.
hear like a song,
Right.
like pull words out of a song and give it to them.
Guys, this is actually scary.
I've been using that. That is like a staple for me. Even though it's only like 20% accurate.
I'm seeing like whole stick figure, but
I like I don't know if it's just my segment, but I really don't feel fine.
I don't know. It's always right there in front of that tree.
And then a camera. Like
Do you
that's
mind
what
if you be
I
recorded?
would have an
I'm not
mirror
fine.
in my other pocket. I use 2 devices. You guys use
You can't even see your shit.
And it'll have the 3 dots for the face and the whole thing.
because the shape is
Stop before I get.
Yeah, oh, really?
Well, the bag is about 30 pounds with everything in it. And it's, again, it's still 80 degrees out here. And I'm wearing an extra layer. I got stuff in the pockets, so I can swap stuff out easily.
Gun
That ghost?
I don't know what it is, but
That looks like, yeah.
especially in front of that tree, it's always
I
there.
can actually clip that and put that in my videos for TikTok.
I don't know what it was.
It's a great shot.
I heard Beyond Me, and I heard We Summon.
How are we doing on the spirit boxes over here? What do we got?
I heard
Read
We
'em.
Summon.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm getting a lot.
Give me the last 15 things on there. Read them up from the bottom. How about that?
Okay, so we summon
Okay.
a liar, to death, abduction.
Notice how his
Fury
arm is
on-
always
yeah,
across.
cross. Yes.
Loud breath. It didn't
Walking
sound
over
real,
here,
but
Kiara.
Okay.
yeah.
Said, did you come over here?
I felt cold last night. And then I know, here I am. You are drugged. Turn away. We are here. You are beautiful. And do you have money grown up?
I like the. I was cold last night. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I heard the one that was like, are you money grown up? I don't understand that though.
Did you have money?
Was there something about which is funny because like we saw a rat right before this. I'm not even kidding. Bro, I'm psyching myself out, bro. I'm tweaking out. Bro, I actually just heard like stepping.
They get so
right
excited.
I'm hearing like music like Hawaiian.
This app can sense their ghost.
It looks like that.
Dead silent. It's never silent. Listen. Oh, now it's not. I heard one who's the two.
I was killed.
You heard that?
Yes. Clear as day.
All right. Where's our timer at, Brooke? Can you see it on the screen?
6:30.
What was it?
6:30.
I'd say we're probably good. Got probably enough. And what was it? A 6.5?
Oh, you got a 0.5, I got a 0.2.
She has 6.
There was always like a weird dot on that.
All right, Cam.
Weird
Let's go
dot
ahead and
that's
stop them.
on
You can start now if you want to, but when we come back over, like you're gonna keep your camera on them because we're not telling them the history tonight. Let's go to this side so they can't hear you. Or we can go straight over to where the Catholic
My battery's died. I don't battery died.
Okay.
It's not the color of the person with the short light. And then he coughed, and it landed on the page in a blood stain. Turn that light on. How are you trying to figure out how to turn it back on again? Top left button, hold it, you'll hear the name. And then you'll tap it again. Hold it. Now, way to go, but we're here because of the blood stain. The blood stain is only one to be a member of the Charleston Library Society to be able to go see it where they're holding it. But the reason why they show it on Halloween is because they call it the pen book, the shape of a man writing at his desk. So the internet's beautiful. They look like we're going to go over there and talk to those girls as if it's Henry Timrod. Now I'm also going to need a family member nearby to each of the blindfolded girls. Here's why: they can't hear me. If they're too loud, which Angela might actually be too loud. Somebody's going to need to tap her on the shoulder because we do have neighbors. You guys hear all the other floors? I don't. They're pretty quiet over there. She's going to be shouting. So she'll get a tap on the shoulder. I'll kind of cue somebody to come tap somebody so that way she knows to quiet down. When we're done, they're also not going to know we're done. So somebody's going to need to tap them on the leg. That way they take off their own gear. I never touch the guests that are on the bench. I hope you guys appreciate that. So I'll kind of give them that explanation when we get over there. But let's take a look at this crazy blood book, and then we're going to go talk to them as if they're a ghost.
That's a nice breeze.
I don't feel no breeze. Here's the last page. Right there.
That is crazy.
That's how we started off with a nice, easy football player. We're ending with a nice, bloody death. To kind of build our way up. So, yeah, there's the full page that he wrote.
It was in coffee,
Yeah,
but
he
it looks
copied
like
up
him. But it looks like him on the desk right
That's crazy.
Yep. All right. So, you guys ready to go see how this works? All right, let's do it. Oh, by the way, anybody with a communication device or keeping Kathy, I'd say that 5 times fast. If they're not giving me the answers, they might come up on the devices you're holding. So it's okay to tell me what words you're getting out of your devices, and definitely with the readouts. Again, triple digits is what we've seen here before, but even the 2.5s on the cellular, they don't always happen. But again, I think the highest we've ever gotten here was like 146. It's been pretty high. All right, let's go talk to a ghost. Let's do it. We're gonna like banter dad jokes all night.
When she asked if anyone was here, I listened, and for 2 seconds I heard like a dark, like a deep voice.
Yeses and no's are kind of shimmy. Let me see your mask. I'll show you how this works. Watch them blade. Right in the center, on the back, on the very thin side, there's a little tear. These are going to go over your ears. Your headphones will hold it in place.
We were close.
Okay, here's how this is going to work. So, the 2 of you, we're going to start there. So don't put anything on just yet. Take it off. So, in the event, you guys are literally going to be telling me what you hear when you hear it, kind of like what you 2 have been doing all night anyway. But you're not going to know what the questions that I'm asking are because your spirit boxes are going to stay on your ears. If you are too loud, Ansley, it's probably going to be you. Somebody will tap you on the shoulder that's not me. It'll be a family member, not me. I never touch you. So if you get a tap on the shoulder, quiet down. We have some neighbors. Okay? When we're done, because I do time this for 10 minutes only, they're going to tap you on the leg. Take off your headphone and blindfold and stay seated. We'll talk about like how it went down beforehand. You're going to be seeing images. I'll set your device up. Have you ever done virtual reality before? Yeah. Okay, so this is not Jurassic Park where it's going to eat your face off kind of stuff. You're going to see a galaxy just floating off in the distance, and then every once in a while an image is going to show up in front of it. Tell us what the image looks like in plain terms. We have a very talkative young lady sitting next to you, and she's not going to know that you're saying anything, so keep it simple. 3 people, bench tree. Don't say that I'm lying either, because you know that you're very talkative.
I should get my grandma.
So you might get 0 images, you might get 10. I never know.
Video.
So the average is about 4.
Okay.
That month. You do have a focus on here, which is right here. So we can do this if we go use one of those. So it's going to be blurry because you already used it before you have different visions. So let's make sure that changes over. So once I set this up, all right, girls, blindfolds, then headsets, and then don't touch your volumes once you guys get under there. It is 10:50, so we're going to start our timing right now.
I don't know how to put this on still.
Just put it over your ears. And then put your headset on. There you go. Just like that.
Scared?
Fine.
Is it?
Henry? First off, let me make sure that the girls can't hear me. Headsets are on. What color is a blue banana? Perfect. They can't hear me. Henry, I got 3 young ladies on the bench tonight. We're going to start right into your normal questions of
Will we instantly?
what kind of work do you do? Let's talk about your work. We're going to dive right in. Here, tell us about your work.
You should know.
I do know, but you're going to tell me so we can verify that you're here. You did a great job last night. You gave us an image of a
I
book
can take.
right away. Can you do something similar to that?
Silence.
Henry, tell us about your work. What did you do for a living?
Only.
Henry,
Abide.
Also, let us know if somebody else is here with you.
Guilty pleasures.
Alone.
Came alone. Thank you.
It's the sound.
By the way,
Wrestle.
Dr. Ladd shows up
hurry.
over here because the house he lived in is right around the corner. His code word to let us know he's here is purple. So if anybody sees or hears purple, they have to get anything out of that. That's his code
You
word.
know, I think that I don't.
Well, told you they were going to be chatty.
I got 5.
But
Holy moly.
Holy.
more holy. Do you want to talk about the church across the street? Can you tell us what church that is?
They're rough.
What's the name of the
Gave me back.
What's the name of the church across the street? We're looking for verification.
Slave. Narcissistic.
Wow.
I know.
That was deep.
More.
Henry, what's the name of the church across the street?
Me and.
It's St. Michael's, just so everybody knows.
I prefer.
Wait, I wanted to.
How you doing over there, Kenzie? Is that intense?
Girl, oh my gosh.
By the way, if anybody else
Oh.
wants to try that out,
Keep with me.
Balloon.
This is Brittany.
Henry, let's get back to you and your work. Tell us what you did for a living. Where you going now?
Still see you.
Yeah, we're
It's me.
We're looking to hear
Batteries. Last year.
from Henry. Wait a minute. See you last
You
year.
don't ride. Ah, that was scary.
Henry.
Everything Goose Creek.
Training.
Henry.
Walkie talkie.
I'm sorry, I missed what Blake just said. Did anybody get that?
Walkie-talkie, maybe?
That came out
Ratchet.
handsome. They're talking at the same time. Henry.
Lies.
One person at a time, please.
Overcome.
Can you tell us about your work?
Heartbreak. I think.
Events.
Heartbreaker.
Henry, let's take it a step
93.
further. I know you are a writer, but
Babe. Yeah, baby.
can you tell us what you wrote about? What was the theme of your work?
Stay away.
Everybody is lying.
Henry.
Only one.
You said.
Henry, you haven't given us anything.
I'm still.
Evidence.
Yeah, we're looking for evidence. Capri is looking through the blue box. So if you want to give us an image, I'm sure she doesn't want to fall asleep in there.
Is. Dab me up.
She's not talkative at all. Why would she even be offended by me saying
Nobody
that?
knows me like you do.
Provide.
3 times. Saw the lake.
Help me.
Stop calling.
I'm not
It's
going to stop
night.
calling. Henry, we're looking for any type of answers. You did great last night. I would prefer the same respect you gave to that team.
Keep your ride or die.
Henry, let's get an image from you. Capri, you look like super
Are you dead?
enthralled in there. Is something going on, or are you just okay?
Please be discreet.
Told him.
Henry, we're looking for an image.
Hey. Double E.
I don't have energy.
Off with my head.
Henry,
No one said anything.
Him.
let's keep it nice and simple then. Can you give us
Are you
your
easy?
name?
Guilty.
You're not guilty. Henry, I was
Show
just
me.
looking for a
Jesus, please.
simple image, maybe a theme of what you wrote about. You could put it in the
We'll
blue
be
box.
right back after this.
You gotta stay here, Henry.
Maintain.
It takes 2.
We're friends with the good news.
Henry, what was the theme of your work?
Nobody knows me like you do.
I do a lot of research.
25 break.
I went.
If you didn't want to check out that,
Think about me every night.
I have to mourn.
wasn't trying to kick you off, Kenzie. I just noticed that you didn't give it a chance. Intense.
Henry.
Inside to outside
Henry, I asked for the name about, 2 minutes ago?
Rash.
and off.
Finally, Henry, thank you for that. Let's get to the
See
theme
my cut.
of your work. What did you write about?
Throughout it.
I don't believe. People.
Give us an image of what you wrote about. So we will understand the message. Everybody nuts?
Did she say war?
Dean.
I missed it if she did.
Baby's dead.
I was
Baby's dead.
cut off. I
His
think.
son died at 9
Never
months.
looked back.
You guys remember? Never coming back. Henry, we don't normally bring up Willie, but if you want to talk about him,
Where
we can. You just need
to
to tell
find
us.
me?
You gotta tell us his birthday. So
You promised me.
I didn't promise you anything.
Utah.
I hate you.
We had that show up last night too.
Wow.
I saw
Alive.
you last year. Holy cow! Who did you guys bring with you? I thought Kathy brought everybody, but she
I
had her
smell
name
like
up.
calling my friends.
I think
I'm
she said,
talking, I think.
Jesus.
Alright, I love watching the people.
You
Sad that she doesn't have anything
can.
coming up. You still haven't had any interviews? Alright, let's peel it off your face. Let me do a hard reset since we have like 4 minutes
So
left.
he's dead.
Henry, I'm gonna reset the blue box. So maybe you can give us some images then.
My free.
Energy.
Wow.
Kiss somebody.
Lied to.
Henry, I'm still asking about your work. I'm still asking about what you wrote about and your son's
On
birthday.
the shore.
Tell us Willie's
Are you?
birthday.
I think. Just dumb the neighbor.
Erase.
Is it weird in there?
Huh?
Is it weird in there?
And again.
See you playing with the
Too
focus.
easy.
So where
Henry, we're
Kill.
almost done.
is me?
I'm setting up the
I think I snored,
blue box
Marriage
again.
bond.
but we don't care.
Wow.
Can't keep
Too bad.
value calculator.
Henry, we are down to about 3
Think
minutes.
about. I'm not worried about it.
Most talkative person I've ever met in my entire life.
Easily.
Easily the most talkative person. Henry, one little image, we'll call it a wrap. Give us something.
Rotting.
It's 82. It's a 0.
I can tell.
Henry, one image,
Symphony,
and we will go home.
music you know, and podcast.
Too late.
Same deal we always get. Henry, what's the sound we're hearing right now?
Running through.
What's
What's next season?
We've had bells spelled out for us.
Shush,
String
I'm
B.
talking.
Wow. Henry,
Ricky,
can you give us an image of what the sound is that we're hearing right now?
Charles. Bells.
Bells!
Family.
Love it. Henry, thank you for that. I know it was probably a lot for you to draw that. And again, can you give us one image?
Wallaby,
Really not caring what the image is right now.
we're trapped.
I just want these folks to see
Today,
how
I
our
am
technology
dying.
works. Henry,
Free.
one image.
Never. On radio.
Wow, we're gotten super quiet. Henry, one image. And we'll go home.
The money.
What about it? I don't pay the ghosts.
I won't give it.
Henry,
No armor.
Henry,
I found it.
we're gonna wrap it up. Can you give us an image before we go? Going once.
Feels right.
Henry, going twice.
Free home dinner. For low country.
You guys know what's going under the Christmas tree this year, right? Just so you know.
Bar hay.
Henry, have a good night, sir. I will see you tomorrow.
Nation home.
All right, let's tap them on the leg. Let's get them tapped out. Debris. I can't control
Disney.
what happens in there. My apologies.
Take it off. Hold on to the thing.
Take it off.
Yes. Answer. Next to your volume button, you have next to your volume wheel, you have a button. Can you push the button in the opposite